Look, let me describe a person and tell me if this feels uncomfortably familiar. They've got a nice car. Not insane, but nice. Payments are manageable. They post vacations on Instagram. New phone every couple of years. Always dressed well. And yet, they're stressed. One unexpected bill would wreck them. They're checking their bank app way more than they admit. And deep down, they don't feel rich at all. Now here's the weird part. There's another person you probably know too. They drive an older car. They don't talk about money. They don't flex. They don't post much. And yet, quietly, they're doing really well. No stress. No panic. No scrambling. Same city. Same income level. Completely different outcomes. Here's the thing, one of these people looks rich and feels broke. The other looks broke and is rich. And most people accidentally spend their entire life trying to be the first one. My name is Z. And I spend way too much time thinking about money. Specifically why smart, hardworking people still feel behind financially. And if you're someone who earns money, but somehow never feels secure, never feels ahead, and keeps wondering, why does it feel like everyone else has it figured out? Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're breaking down the invisible rich versus the visible broke. The math, the psychology, and the quiet decisions that separate the two. And fair warning. Once you see this, you won't be able to unsee it. The lie we're all taught about wealth. Let's challenge a big assumption right out of the gate. Most people think wealth is something you can see. Nice house, nice car, nice lifestyle. But here's what most people don't realize. Wealth is what you don't see. It's money that hasn't been spent. It's choices that didn't happen. It's restraint. It's time. According to the Federal Reserve's most recent survey of consumer finances, nearly 34% of households earning over $100,000 a year live paycheck to paycheck. That's not broke income, that's broke behavior. Even more shocking, a 2023 LendingClub report showed that 1 in 5 households making over $150,000 still report financial stress. Let that sink in. High income, high lifestyle, low peace. That's the visible broke. What visible broke actually looks like. Visible broke doesn't mean poor. It means fragile. Let's walk through a very real example. Say someone earns $6,000 a month after tax. Sounds solid, right? Now watch where it goes. Rent or mortgage, $2,200. Car payment, $650. Insurance, $200. Phone plus internet, $180. Subscriptions, $120. Groceries and eating out, $900. Fun, spending, $700. Random stuff you don't remember buying, $350. That's $5,400 gone. Savings, $600, if nothing goes wrong. Now you might be thinking, well yeah, but that's normal. Exactly. That's the problem. Because now let's add one small surprise. Car repair, $1,200. Medical bill, $900. Family emergency, $1,000. Boom. Credit cards, stress, anxiety. From the outside, they look successful. From the inside, they're one bad month away from panic. Why the visible broke lifestyle feels so good at first. Here's where psychology kicks in. Visible spending gives instant feedback. You buy something, you feel successful now. You upgrade your lifestyle, it confirms, I'm doing well. And your brain loves that. Dopamine doesn't care about net worth. It cares about novelty and validation. That's why new cars feel better than paid-off cars. Vacations feel better than index funds. Compliments feel better than compound interest. This is where it gets really interesting. Your brain treats future wealth as less real than present enjoyment. Behavioral economists call this hyperbolic discounting. We heavily undervalue future rewards compared to immediate ones. So spending now feels logical. even when it's mathematically disastrous. The invisible rich. Now let's talk about the other group. The invisible rich. These people don't look wealthy. But they sleep well. They don't flinch at emergencies. They don't chase every upgrade. They don't feel pressured to prove anything. And here's the secret most people miss. They're not better at money. They're better at resisting signals. Signals like, you deserve this, everyone else has one, you're falling behind. You worked hard, reward yourself. The invisible rich ask one brutal question before spending. Does this buy freedom, or does it buy appearances? The math that separates them. Let's get concrete. Two people, same age, same income. Person A chooses the visible broke path. Person B chooses the invisible rich path. Person A buys a $45,000 car. $7,000 down. $650 per month for 6 years. Insurance. $220 per month. Total cost over 6 years. About $65,000. Person B buys a reliable used car for $15,000. No payments, lower insurance. Now here's what most people don't realize. If person B invests just $650 per month at a modest 8% return, over 6 years they end up with around $58,000. Same money, opposite outcomes. One gets a car that depreciates. The other gets an asset that compounds. And that gap doesn't close, it widens. Why the invisible rich don't feel poor? Now you might be thinking, okay, but doesn't that lifestyle feel restrictive? Like you're missing out? At first, yes. But then something flips. The invisible rich experience a different kind of dopamine, security dopamine. You can quit a job you hate. You can handle emergencies calmly. You can say no without fear. That feeling compounds too. Psychologists call this autonomy. The sense that you control your life instead of reacting to it. And autonomy beats stuff, every time. The quiet flex no one talks about. Visible broke flexes loud. Cars, watches, trips. Invisible rich flexes quietly. Paid off debt, 6 months of expenses saved. Investments that grow while they sleep. No one claps for that. Which is why most people never do it. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't want wealth. They want proof. Proof they're doing okay. Proof they're not behind. Proof they matter. And money becomes the scoreboard. Why this is getting worse, not better. Social media poured gasoline on this problem. You're no longer comparing yourself to neighbors. You're comparing yourself to influencers with sponsorships, debt-funded lifestyles, highlight reels. A 2022 study published in Nature Communications found that higher social media exposure is directly linked to increased financial dissatisfaction. Even when income stays the same, you can be doing better than ever and feel worse than ever. That's how visible broke wins. The invisible rich rules steal these. Let's make this actionable. Here are the rules the invisible rich follow, whether they realize it or not. Rule_1. They cap their lifestyle early. They decide in advance how much enough looks like. Not based on income, based on peace. Raises go to investments, not upgrades. Rule_2. They separate ego from spending. They don't ask, can I afford this? They ask, what does this cost my future freedom? Rule_3. They automate wealth. Savings happens first. Spending adapts afterward. Not the other way around. Rule_4. They delay gratification strategically, not forever. Just long enough that compounding does the heavy lifting. A simple shift that changes everything. Here's a mindset flip I want you to steal. Instead of asking, can I buy this? Ask, how many years of freedom does this delay? That $900 phone upgrade might cost you 6 months of investing. That car upgrade might cost you 5 years of flexibility. Suddenly, the math feels very real. The part no one tells you. The invisible rich don't feel deprived. They feel ahead. Because they stopped playing a game that never ends. They realized, you don't win by looking rich. You win by needing less. And once you cross that line, Money stops being stressful and starts being boring. That's the goal. Choose your future flex. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you're about to spend, pause. Ask yourself, am I trying to impress someone? Or am I trying to protect my future self? Because one path gets applause, the other gets freedom. And freedom is invisible. If this helped you see money a little differently, hit the thumbs up. It really helps this channel reach people who need it. And remember, you don't need to look rich. You need to be rich, quietly, patiently, and on purpose. I'll see you in the next one.